and 40. Because what happened after World War II? After World War II, they put them so-called Jews over there in the land of Israel, right? They put them in the land of Israel, right? Under what's called the Balfour Agreement that was set up in World War I, right? So they could put the so-called Jews in the land of Israel, all right? Because they're not the real Jews. The real Jews, the real people of the Bible, are you people on this side, all right? The people of Negroid, the Native American Indian, the Latino and Hispanics, right? The Boricua, Taínos, the Arawaks, all right? You're descendant from them, you're an Israelite. The Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, right? You're descendant from them, you're an Israelite. And the Native Americans who were here, right? And the ones of us who were brought over here on slave ships. We are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. We are God's chosen, all right? And again, America is going to be destroyed in the Third World Nuclear War. And I'm touching on that, right? We're coming up into America's destruction, all right? Daniel 11 verse 40, it says, and at that time of the end shall the king of the south push at him. The time of the end. You see, we're coming into the last days now, right? It says, the king of the south shall push at him, which is Egypt, right? And the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind. That is them Israelis, all right? Come against him like a whirlwind with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships. And he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. Right, this is talking about all them Arab-Israeli wars, right? This is getting into the Arab-Israeli wars, right? He shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown. But that's what them Israelis did. They overthrew all them Arab countries who came against them, right? They did in the 6-day war and all that, all right? It says, but these shall escape out of his hands, even Edom and Moab and the chief of the children of Ammon. That right there is talking about a geographical region, right? That's talking about Jordan. When you look at Moab, Edom, and Ammon, that's right there where Jordan is, all right? It says, he shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver and all the precious things of Egypt, and Libyans and Ethiopians shall be at his steps. And you can see that right now, right? Because them so-called Jews, right? What they do when they go in anybody's land. Look at what happened with Gaddafi, right? And Iraq. Right? America, they use America as the tip of the spear to fight their battles, or to drag America into war to fight their battles for them. All right? And America go in and destroy their those countries' infrastructure. Right? Now what happened? After that, them so-called Jews, the Rothschilds, they go in the country and set up a banking system. After they loot all the wealth from the nation. Right? They set up their banking system. All right? It says, but he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver and over all the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and Ethiopians shall be at his step. Right? But now we're closing in closer. Right? We're closing in closer now. Right? To the end times. To this World War III. It says, but tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Tidings is a news or a report. Tidings out of the east is Iran and China, right? And out of the north is Russia. It says shall trouble him. That's taking place right now as we go on, right? them so-called Jews, them Israelis, they don't like what Russia is doing. They don't like what China and Iran is doing. Alright? They don't like how those three nations are in what's called a, matter of fact, they call them the Axis power. They call them the Axis. In World War II, you have the Allies and you have the Axis, right? So that right there is giving you the Axis power. There is a separation now. Right? It says, but tidings out of the east, which is Iran and China, and out of the north, which is Russia, shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many. Exactly. Alright? Because that's what's coming on right now. Now let's get Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38 and 1, it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. That Gog in the land of Magog, that is Russia. Alright? So the Most High now is saying, prophesy over there. Right? Wake up them Russians. Right? It says, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and I will put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Lord is saying he's going to put hooks in Russia's jaw and turn them back. And that's what's happening right now. Understand? That's what's happening. The Most High is turning Russia back into what they formerly was. Understand? Because remember now, after they called what? The Cold War, Russia was broken off into pieces. Alright? Russia was broken off into pieces. The same thing happened in World War I. Right? When Germany lost, they broke up into pieces. And Hitler was trying to get back all that Germany had before they broke into pieces. Right? Before World War I. Russia is the same thing. Right? Russia is going to gather back all them countries that broke off from Russia after the Cold War. Alright? So it says, verse 4, and thou will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed in all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. Right? You're going into now a world war situation. Right? Because all these countries with Russia are going to be handling swords. Right? Meaning weapons of war. It says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. Persia is Iran. You see? Persia is Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. All of them with shield and helmet. Right? So you're going to realize now, this is who you're going to call the Axis power. You're going to have now the Axis power. You're going to have China, Iran, right, Russia, Syria, and all them countries that I just lived. Libya, right? It says, Gomer and all his bands. The house of Togarmah. The house of Togarmah today is Turkey, right? Of the north quarters and all his bands. And many people with them. So this is who you call the Axis power. Right? This is your Axis power. Right? That's going to fight against the allies, which is America, NATO, and the EU. Alright? Now let's get Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Alright? Come over here, little bro. Come over here. Come over here, man. Don't be afraid. No, just check this out for a minute. Don't be afraid. Come here real quick. Real quick. It won't take long. Come won't take long. Do you believe in the Bible? All right, come over here, man. Don't be afraid, bro. Do you know who you are according to the Bible? Do you know who you are according to the Bible? Yeah, who are you? And what's your nationality? Yeah, where are you on this sign right here? You're Haitian. But you're a Levite according to the Bible. Your biblical nationality is you're a Hebrew Israelite, and you're from the tribe of Levi. All right? That's who we are according to the Bible, right? You're not Haitian. Are you busy? You gotta run you. You're cool, all right? Yeah, that's who we are according to the Bible, right? We're all one nation of people. We're all one nation, but we're divided because the so-called white man in slavery, when he put us in bondage, he divided us. And I was fighting against each other, but we're all one people. All right? What's going to happen, man, is this. Understand? Matter of fact, World War III is coming, right? We're in the midst of it right now. America is going to be destroyed in the right? And everybody who's living in America is going to be destroyed except other than 44,000 and 1/3 of God's people. Right? And this is what I'm out here telling my people. You have to wake up to this. Is that we repent and return to the God of our forefathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because America is going to be destroyed, just like what the sign said. See that? But before this happens, right, we're going to have this here. Martial law. The government has planned to drag you out of your house, put you in a concentration camp. Right? We're going to have race wars here. We're going to have famine. We're going to have plagues and pestilence coming to the streets of America. Understand? This is coming and it's coming real soon. We got to wake up to this stuff. Understand what I'm saying? You go tell your family that you just saw them. But let them know that you're men. Brother, Hebrew Israelites. You say you're a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Levi. Alright? And America is going to be destroyed in the Third World Nuclear War. Alright? But before that happens, you're going to have famine, you're going to have civil wars, civil unrest, race wars. Understand? A lot of death is going to take place on the streets. The government is going to send out their troops to kind of stop the violence. But their plan is to round you up, put you in a concentration camp and kill you. Understand what I'm saying? So we got to wake up to what's truly coming to America. Alright? Alright, shalom, bro. It says, Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon. Babylon is America. All right? I'll raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst. Salakia. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. So the Most High said he's going to raise up a destroying wind for Babylon. Alright? It says, and will send unto Babylon, again which is America, fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble there shall be against her round about. Right? The Most High is going to destroy all the inhabitants of America. Alright? Better believe it. The Lord is going to destroy all the inhabitants of America. You understand? It's going to happen. Alright? It says, against them, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. Alright? What is the bow? The bow is the silos, the arrows or the nuclear missiles. Understand? The arrows are the nuclear missiles. Alright? It says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, meaning put the missiles in the silos, right? And against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine. What is this brigandine? The brigandine is like body armor, right? That's like body armor, all right? And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. So the Lord said, destroy all America's army. Matter of fact, that's why he's sending them over there in the land of Jehoshaphat, over there in the Middle East, right? He's going to kill all the army men, right? All of them are dying over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, all right? They ain't coming back on this side. When this Third World War jump off and they send these troops over there to fight, don't care what branch you're in, Navy, Marine, Army, Air Force, right? You go over there, you ain't coming back. That's it for you, all right?